I can have a coffee, please. Yeah, I've got a cup, but it's empty. Travis is handing me the letters for tonight, digitally received. First letter tonight, entitled Drug Money. We the people lead quiet lives of desperation while foreign shareholders of multinational companies sit back and greedily consume what should be the Australian people's money. Ooh. Happy letter to start the show. Second letter tonight, letter to Macho Mrs. I don't know how to keep my sense of being a man when I feel that she's a stronger character in every way. Yeah, that's his missus. Okay, what's wrong with that? You know, it's all a bit of give and take. And last letter tonight, I'm stuck in the homeschool versus formal school debate. All these and more coming up right in this seat, electronically delivered letters in about 20 seconds with the rest of the panel. Don't go away. See you soon.
Got a problem, big or small, would a miracle be nice? Our motley crew is back, churning out advice. You might even laugh a bit in the following half hour. Park your backside on the couch, cause baby it's time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet and Sour.
Pour some sugar in there, baby.
It's time for Sweet and Sour.
How's about some chili?
It's time for Sweet
Everyone, welcome to Sweet and Sour. Lovely to have your company. Gary Mitchell with you for the next half hour and a terrific load of guests tonight. First up, my good mate Clinton is here. Hello, sir.
Hey mate, how are you?
I'm always well, you know that.
I always will.
I'm like you. Okay, what's coming up? Quiz nights, anything? Who are you hosting?
Quiz night for Heart Foundation, Homeless and Abused Animal Rescue Team.
Ooh.
August 22nd. You can buy tickets.
Where?
Heart.org.
Heart.org. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
from
fine.
memory. If it's wrong, just hit up Sweet and Sour. I'll
Okay,
sort it out.
we can do that. Hello, Hayley.
Sort it out.
Hi.
Welcome back.
I'm back.
You were on our very first show of the year, and now it's taken you 6 months to get back here. What's going on there?
Where was my invite? I was waiting.
Tell us about the artwork.
Doing well. Just doing my emotive abstract work, something different.
Emotive
Yeah.
abstract work. Got anything to show us?
Yeah, I've got 2 pieces that I've...
Travis, you got anything up there? There you go. Ooh,
Something a bit
emotive
different.
abstract.
Yeah,
Ooh,
and
very nice.
another one that I just got framed as well. A bit of a beach scene.
You know a good framer?
I think I do.
Well, when he disappoints you, come and see me. I can tell you when.
Yeah.
Hello, Liz.
Hello.
How's your artwork going?
Terribly.
Oh,
I'm not very creative at all.
yes, you are. You're terribly
I
creative.
did sew these sequins on my jacket myself.
Have a look at the
though.
colours. That's amazing.
I wore it just for you because I've seen the Sweet and Sour logo and I thought this will be perfect. I might donate
Thank
this
you.
cardigan too if you'd like.
Oh,
Would you
don't-
wear it on the show?
Donate it to Clinton. He's raising money for Heart.
Okay.
Okay. I'd wear it on the show. I wear anything on the show. My mother always abuses me for half the shirts I wear on the Midget. I saw that shirt you wear. Haven't you got better taste? Hello, mate.
How are you, Gary? Good to
I'm
be
very
here.
well.
Thanks for having us on again.
All right, now, neuro-linguistic programming is
Yes.
something that's in your back pocket, but you're going on to bigger and better things in building companies here and there as well.
Well, yes, NLP is one of those things you can use for a lot of different flavours, and so public speaking is one. But yes, so hopefully with Bilton, with Troy Phelps, we're looking forward to some new houses being built. But yes,
Okay, you're on notice tonight. Every time we say something negative
Yes.
in terms of NLP,
all right.
you have to go, buzzer pushed, and you should have said it like this if you're trying to impart a positive.
That's right. Yeah,
All
we'll
right.
bring up the don't think of a black cat kind of thing.
Black cat, black cat.
Don't think of black cat.
Black cat at the end of Sweet and Sour.
Don't think of a... Letter number 1. Do not think of a black cat. Okay. Oh my goodness, shock, horror, disbelief. There's that black cat running right across my screen. Stop it. It turns out that drug companies, among others, are paying less than 1% tax, as if we didn't know, because they can manipulate the cost of their products by simply repricing them in other countries and selling them onto themselves using the inflated prices in Australia. And they do it because they can. It's just not drug companies either. It's most of these huge multinationals. We, the people, lead quiet lives of desperation, forever on the economic treadmill, while foreign shareholders of these companies, most of whom are other companies owned by billionaires, sit back and greedily consume what should be the Australian people's money. Greece never reformed its taxation system, and look at the state it's in. Please, panellists, send the message to our politicians now to make sure these corporate pirates don't get away with our kids' future. Darryl,
Yeah.
are we being ripped off?
I think we are. I think that there's a lot of problems in the tax system that are not quite, this is an overt, obvious rort.
Yeah, they're repricing things and selling them back so it doesn't look like they're making much of a profit in Australia.
And in Australia, we of all people can afford, this type of situation with our drug companies. They're very rich and very wealthy, so it just seems like a bit of an
But they claim otherwise,
injustice.
and they pay less than 1% tax.
Yeah.
And who is it? Who wrote it? Tenille of Bacchus Marsh in Victoria says it's not just the pharmaceutical companies, it's others as well.
And it's true in one sense that, reforming tax is a really important idea. But I noticed they were very quick last year. At the end of last year, they snuck in a GST on Bitcoin. Now, we're still in two minds as to whether...
They snuck in a GST on Bitcoin.
That's correct.
Now, you have to explain what Bitcoin is, because to novices like me, I've got no idea. I've heard of it,
Yes.
and I know it's a means of exchange.
It is. It's a form of internet currency, and it's debatable whether it is monetary currency. At the moment, one Bitcoin is $250. Last year
Wow.
or the year before, it was $1,200. But that aside, we're so quick as far as taxation and government's concerned to get in there, put a tax on that. Oh, by the way, if you're signing up for Centrelink, you must declare digital currency. But we still don't know if
Bitcoin.
it's real or not.
What can you buy with it?
You can buy just about anything. There are cafes all around that you can use it.
Lucy, got any Bitcoin?
I don't have any Bitcoin.
Have you
but
heard of
I'm-
Bitcoin?
Yeah, I've heard of Bitcoin.
Okay, have you
Because a lot
traded
of
any
people-
Bitcoin?
Well, a lot of people got in trouble because they were buying cocaine through the mailing system and paying for it with Bitcoin, and they weren't getting in trouble.
You do know about
because
Bitcoin.
they were paying with Bitcoin rather than a currency, so they weren't actually purchasing. This was in the United States. There was a young kid that I think is in jail for quite a long time, or a few law
So what you're trying to
cases.
tell me is there are many ways to rip off the Australian people, and Bitcoin
What I was
can also
wondering
be
is
one of
why
those
don't I
mechanisms.
have to pay GST on my international shopping? Because
We
I get a
should
lot
be
of stuff
doing.
online now, but yet Bitcoin I have to pay GST on?
That's a very good point. International shopping, we don't pay GST on that. And they
No,
haven't-
but Bitcoin, I think of that as like an international currency, so why do I have to pay GST on that? Also, why do I have to pay GST on my car insurance?
On your insurances. Well, you have to pay it
guess
on all
it's like-
insurances,
I know,
don't
it's a
you?
service I get,
Except
but
for
it's
amenities.
annoying,
Water,
I
you don't have to pay it on?
There's plenty of spare money here. I think
Plenty of spare money?
right here, yeah. Tenille.
Hayley?
I don't know. I don't think it's right. I'm a big believer in what this person is saying, and yeah, just
What's
think
this
about
person
children.
saying? Okay, we've got to. How do you do it though? You've got to create a political will for the politicians to actually want to get up, and there'll be
I
nobody
know.
against them, surely.
I think we all just got to speak up.
How
we're
many-
getting ripped off. At the end of the day, we're getting ripped off.
How
so
many large
more-
pharmaceutical companies are there? 5?
I think two.
Yeah.
I
2?
think there's like Bayer and the other one.
2 against 23 million Australians?
DuPont, maybe?
We've got our big four.
Yeah.
There should be usually four.
No, I
There's four
think
banks.
two.
Two,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
very much
I
like
think
They'll
competition,
be moving
there's
on
two.
to it.
More worse
I'm
than
sure they'll
Coles.
be moving on to it.
I think the more people stand up and actually say something about this, the more people will get interested, and yeah.
There's a Senate inquiry at the moment, Clint, about this sort of stuff.
I mean, look, it is a disgrace, but unfortunately, I don't really think it's going to change in the very near future, Tenille. We've got the two big pharmaceutical companies. They're holding us at ransom, really. I mean, everybody needs pharmaceuticals. Everybody's going to continue to buy their pharmaceuticals.
Needs-based.
That's right, unless another company comes in and takes over or sweeps them off their feet. What can any of us do about it, unfortunately?
Pressure the politicians, that's about
Yeah.
it. Instead of writing to Sweet and Sour, which we're happy for you to do, please do it often, write to your politicians as well. They're doing something about it at the moment. We'll see what the results are. When we come back, more of Sweet and Sour talking about macho women and not so macho men. Don't go away. See you soon. Cheers. I don't think so. Welcome back to Sweet and Sour. If you'd like to send us a letter, and we hope you do, send it to the address that's about to appear. There it is on the screen right now, letters@sweetandsour.net.au. And you can also have a look at us on the web and lots of previous episodes. In fact, I think nearly all previous episodes are able to be found right there on that website. You can give us a like on Facebook and tweet us as well. And if you want to see some behind the scenes photos of all the crew, you can have a look on Instagram, and there's the handle @Sweet and Sour TV. Now, for everyone who does send us a letter and we happen to chat about on the show, we're going to send you to the movies, courtesy of Natalie Cameron and NRC Communications. And the movie we're sending you to this week, Clint, is
Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Holmes. It is, starring.
Ian McKellen, by the look of it.
There you go.
Very dapper one too.
I've heard very good things about it.
Dapper indeed.
Hello, Mitch and guests. I feel compromised. My wife has made me feel compromised. She's tougher than me. Without saying too much about her job, it's one that traditionally is male-dominated and is involved in protecting others. I'm a chef. I do all the cooking at home too. She's a wonderful, loving lady and I adore her to bits, but I don't know how to keep up my sense of being a man when I feel that she's the stronger character in every way. She's even into sports in a bigger way than me too. Am I wrong to feel so uneasy? But what can I do to feel otherwise? She's so much better than me in every male pursuit. I don't feel this uncomfortable with other blokes who are better than me at most things. We've been together for 6 years now, and she was the one to ask me all those years ago to marry her. It's playing havoc with my peace of mind. It comes to us from Craig with a K of Maddington in WA. Clinton. What is going on here?
Craig with a K, I think he might be the long-lost Kardashian brother. He's carrying on more dramatic than a Kardashian bloody episode. Mate, have a look at yourself. What are you doing? He needs to get over himself. Poor Craig. Not poor Craig. I'm not on your side, dude, at all. So what that your wife asked you to marry her all those years ago? That's romantic. I think that's romantic.
She wanted you, mate.
She wanted you. She wanted you. You say that you do all the cooking at home. Mate, you're a chef. I think those two go hand in hand.
Nothing wrong with that.
The wife's into sports in a bigger way.
What?
That's every bloke's dream, to have your missus want to sit down with you on the couch and watch footy every weekend.
Give her the remote control, mate.
Absolutely, mate. Mate, you are your own worst enemy, Craig.
Nothing to fear here.
Nothing to fear at all, mate, except your own dramatic life that you're creating in your head, I think.
Hayley?
Well, there's nothing wrong with a man who can cook.
Nothing wrong with a man who can cook?
Yep.
Appreciate your own talents.
Every
I
woman
can't
loves
cook.
a man who can cook. We
I can't
love
cook.
it.
Wish I could cook.
We're living in a different world. It's okay.
Why is he feeling threatened?
Because he's a man, he feels emasculated, but have you tried opening a door for his lady or buying her flowers or, I don't know, chivalry? Just,
Chivalry.
yeah, I don't know, make her feel special, maybe surprise her on a...
He's feeling like a wimp.
Yeah.
So you're saying the fix to this is to make your wife feel a little bit better?
Well, just show her that you can be the man by making her appreciate that, yeah,
Show her some chivalry.
I reckon.
He's writing like a 1950s housewife, so maybe he needs to just man up a little bit.
Things have
Yeah.
changed.
A lot.
In the real world, things have changed.
Not in Craig Kardashian's world, they haven't.
All right,
But
Lucy,
just go with it.
you reckon
at the
this
end of the
woman's
day.
got balls? What's going on here?
I think Craig just needs to steal her credit card and go on a big shopping spree, like
Which
all us
is
girls
what?
do when we get a bit upset. He needs to go get a new dress, get some fancy lingerie, buy some candles, a nice bottle of red wine, maybe some pharmaceuticals, and just like set in for a nice night at home, do the cooking, and then enjoy the fact that you're doing the female's role and you don't have to take the trash out after dinner.
hang on. But there's the question. Is it the female's role? Aren't roles just becoming blurred anyway?
According to him.
I think if she wants to have a job, he should have access to her credit card.
But he's got a job too. He's a chef.
Chefs don't make any money.
Not the ones you've been dating, obviously. No good. Cafes.
Come
huh?
on, even the best chefs in Perth don't make any good money.
What?
You want to argue this one?
Come on.
Let's get the statistic
Our
book
television is full of chefs who've got international restaurants
And all
all over the
blokes.
place.
Maybe.
All blokes. Nothing wrong with that. Well, how would you feel if you were going out with a bloke who felt slightly emasculated because of your behaviour? How long would it last?
Well, that's what I enjoy. I just get the whip out and make him feel slightly emasculated.
Righto. Come on in, Des.
I'm going to shut up now.
Well, okay, so number one, we're 6 words, and you've already made a major error. She makes you feel these things. This is concerning.
Is this one of those moments where you push the button
That's
on
the buzzer.
neuro-linguistic program?
That is a neurolinguistic program
Okay.
that is faulty inside your head, Champ Craig, with a K. Look out. We will move on. Let's just say she's going to be a little bit more competitive than you. If she's earning more money and she's doing a lot of these male type roles and you default to effeminate performances like cooking a lot and waiting for her to come home and that type of stuff, I'm going to tell you that your number one problem is asking this question: what can I do to feel otherwise? You keep asking that question, you've still got your problem.
Reinforcing it.
You've got your problem, mate.
Just relax. It's all in your head. Okay, what can he do?
Well, let's stop the self-doubt. Stop asking, how can I be, why is she better or why is she more masculine and that type of stuff. Be in the moment, lose your mind and come to your senses. Get out of the, I'm worried, this shit, that, and just feel,
Not necessarily.
Go make love to her.
Not necessarily an easy thing to do for a bloke who's been in a relationship for 6 years, and it's, after 6 years, it's a pretty
he's fallen into
formed
a rut.
relationship.
Yeah. He's
Of
either
his
gonna-
making.
Of his making,
Of
not
his
her fault.
making. All right.
And she sounds like she's very in the moment, happy to do her sports.
She seems
she's
like
going to
she's
be
having a ball.
competitive. Yeah, leave her be.
When we come back, we're talking about school, homeschooling in particular, whether it's as good as sending your kids off to a private or a public school. Don't go away. More of Sweet and Sour when we come back. See you soon. Who is home?
Surely you don't really care what I've got to say, so flick the channel or hang around and listen to the others.
Welcome back
probably
to
the
Sweet
way on
and
that
Sour. Here we go. Last letter of the evening. Dear Sweet and Sour, my father-in-law homeschooled my wife and her 2 sisters when they were growing up. That's right. They never attended a formal school of any sort. They're all so clever too, but that just may be because their parents are clever. Now, one generation on, my super smart wife wants to homeschool any kids we may have. She's 4 months pregnant to our first, so I figure we really have about 3 years at the most to sort this out. I'm the product of the public school system and I turned out better than all right. My brother received a scholarship to a private school and he too has done okay for himself. I simply don't want to isolate any of my kids at home, and I'm pretty sure life is far more about developing a sense of community. I always thought I would be agonising over decisions on the private versus public school debate for any kids I might have. Now I'm stuck in the middle of the homeschool versus formal school debate. My missus is smart, but surely kids miss out on so much social interaction, among other things, while they're stuck in the home for their schooling years. It comes to us from Angelo of Paddington in New South Wales. Luce, did you do any homeschooling?
I sure did.
Did you really? When
I
did you
did.
do homeschooling?
I can't remember because that's how good my education was.
So it wasn't the entire portion of your schooling?
No, in primary school, but I also went to school over in England and here and moved around a bit. And
Do you know where you learnt the most, or you were too young to figure that out?
Definitely, your parents can teach you a lot faster than I think a school teacher can, because I feel like school is a little bit like babysitting.
So how do you feel about Angelo's conflict at the moment? His wife wants to homeschool and he wants to send him to school.
Well, I think it's too late now for Angelo to be having these thoughts. He should have thought about it before he let his little swimmers
Kids
swim up
aren't there
there
yet.
and have a kid. No, but
Kids
he
aren't
should have
there yet.
discussed this with her before they had a child together.
Maybe
Not
it's
just
been-
like, oh,
maybe it's been-
surprise, a kid.
maybe
We've
it's
got to
been ongoing.
think about how. Well, then they should have decided before. It's
But
his
they haven't.
swimmer. They
So
got
give him-
there.
but they
should
haven't.
have thought about it earlier.
But they haven't. So what does he do?
Well, now he just tries to see how much power he holds in the relationship, decides what he wants and fights for it.
All right, okay, all right. As someone who was homeschooled and
I would encourage homeschooling, but you're like, do you want your kids to be normal or do you want them to be special like me?
so,
That's really what this is about.
okay. I
Do
think
you want
that
them to ever
wraps
fit
up
in
the argument,
life,
really,
you
doesn't
know?
it? I think we'll talk to the others. Daz,
Yes.
homeschool, public school.
Yes, both. I would agree with homeschooling in terms of efficiency. I'd agree with homeschooling in terms of penetration or comprehension, if you whatever. I did go to a lot of different schools. I went in Glasgow, so I had a little bit of a similar experience. Different schools mean diversity, which
Did you
means
homeschool as well at any point?
I did not. No.
Okay, all right. Hey, this chap does have the benefit of having a father-in-law who's the granddad, who taught his daughters, this chap's wife, and that might be a terrific resource to have.
I think
You don't
so.
have to do it for the entire portion.
Community is still, you're right in one sense, the word, Angelo, and if it is a father-in-law or if it is a local kickboxing instructor or a local, somebody who's around, each lesson or each, it could be a day trip to the museum or, something small petite, there will be a lot better lessons taught via homeschooling, more productive in my opinion, but hey, I'd like to do it.
So what about the social aspect?
So long as there's broad and varied different teachers and different models, that social aspect can be mitigated in some
Hayley?
way.
Good question. I think, if you do homeschooling, maybe think about the kids doing team sports and social activities or art.
Making sure you cover the social aspect of it.
Yeah, so
Balance it
they
up.
don't feel like they are just home alone with the mum and dad all the time. Make sure that they do have just varied things going on in their world, not just homeschooling.
If you had the option to homeschool any kids that you might have, would you take it?
I don't know. Like, it just really depends on what I was doing at that time. Like, if I was really enjoying my job, I might say
Not you
really.
doing it personally, you might have a partner who'd do it.
Yeah, well, I moved around a lot as a kid, so I went to a lot of different schools like these lovely people here, and that taught me a lot. It taught me a lot of people skills and how to deal with a lot of different situations. So, I don't know, like...
Clinton?
Look, I was never homeschooled. I don't have any family or friends I know who are homeschooled, so I don't really have much to go off. But I think traditional schooling is probably the way to go, in my opinion. I think in this generation, we've got the iPad, iPod generation. Kids are too focused on themselves as it is. I think traditional schooling will allow them to interact with other children, interact with all the different types of teachers. And in terms of, Angelo, whether homeschooling is good for you or not, do you have the patience to homeschool your kids as well, you or your partner? I think it would be very easy.
Patience and resources.
Yeah, I think it'd be very easy to get a bit cranky and maybe not discipline them properly like a teacher would and all that sort of stuff. I think social interaction is key, and I think it's very important in this day and age.
If you can give them a well-rounded education and make sure you provide that social interaction as well, maybe it's not bad, especially when you've got a father-in-law who has the resources and capability to do it. We've got to disappear, but before we do you like this letter to give away the pair of limited edition sunnies, courtesy of your mate and my mate, Alon Treves?
Alon Treves. Angelo, yes, letter 3
You
gets
do?
my vote.
You like this letter?
Yes.
Hayley, do you like this letter?
I agree as well.
You like this letter? All right. Lucy?
I'm all for the pharmaceuticals letter.
Pharmaceuticals letter?
Yeah.
Oh, what letter was that? Letter 1.
Letter 1.
All right, Daz.
Yeah, I'm all for the homeschool too.
Oh, 3 for homeschool. Coming out to Angelo of Paddington in New South Wales, a pair of limited edition sunnies, courtesy of Alon Treves. We've got to go. Good to have you here, mate.
Always a pleasure.
Where are we going to that quiz night again?
August the 22nd.
Where at?
South Perth somewhere.
Hayley, where are you exhibiting?
Well, I haven't got that organised yet, but
When you come
check
back
out my
on,
work.
you tell us. All right. Can we check out your work on the internet?
Facebook, yeah.
We can? On
I've got a
Facebook.
page.
Very good.
I
Very
think
good.
they've had
Did
some
we flash up
information.
all those bits and pieces on the bottom
They
of you?
did,
She
yeah.
flashed you.
I
Luce,
flashed.
Luce, when are you coming back on the show?
I think maybe, how many episodes are you in now since you first started this show?
Oh, I don't know, 600?
Okay, so another 600 episodes, then I'll come back.
Give it a call, give it a
Daz, always good to see you, mate.
Mate, hopefully we'll be able to come back soon before we do the seminars with Bilton. And,
Okay, all right.
Bring that black cat out of the
And
bag.
after this show, we're going to have a little conversation about all the NLP blues that we made. Did we make any tonight that were glaring?
No glaring
buzzing.
tonight.
I know. We're all very good. For your benefit at home, we were all very good with our NLP. And I can see my mate sitting there going, what was NLP again? Neuro-linguistic programming. We've got to go, folks. Pick up the hand and wave good night. Thank
a
you
big
to all of
word.
our crew. Thank you to all of our
You just
wonderful
do it 'cause
panellists.
it's a big word.
And thanks for having us at home tonight, Australia. Again, there you go, double hands. That's how you do it.
hands.
Good night, everyone.
Jazz hands.
Bye-bye. See you soon.
Thank you, Troy.
Bye-bye.